Yo, what's up guys, welcome to the channel, and today I'm back on F1 2021 once again. So today I'm actually going to be starting my Breaking Point series on my channel. So yes, I've been really looking forward to starting this series. I've tried to avoid as many spoilers as possible, but it's kind of difficult on social media nowadays. But we're going to be picking the hardest difficulty, as you can see here. And out of the teams, as you can see, we've got AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, we've got Alfa Romeo, we've got Haas, and then finally we've got Williams. So I am going to actually pick Aston Martin, as I feel like Aston Martin is my sort of team. I did race in Racing Point in the F1 2020 game in IRL League, or International Racing League, and I really like the team. So we're going to be racing in Racing Point and then move into Aston Martin. So yeah, obviously first of all though, we start in F2, so let's just jump straight into that and see how it goes there.
An incredible race! Look at it! Every driver is being so aggressive! Check it out!
They'll all be feeling the pressure right now. None more so than young Aiden Jackson from Carlin.
That's right. Rumors from the paddock talk about a possible future for Jackson in Formula 1. And with only a few laps to go, this is still anyone's race.
The atmosphere here is electric, and we couldn't have asked for a better finish to the F2 season here in Abu Dhabi. Okay, Aiden, you're doing great. Keep focused. You know what to do. Copy that.
So it looks like it's actually like a scenario mode sort of series, so that's going to be quite interesting, as I really like those sort of modes. But at the moment we are P4 on lap 4, so we need to try and take P1 from Luca Giotto. So as of right now, we need to try and send it down the Camara as quickly as possible. Maybe send it down inside into the chicane here. It'll be a very quick move and late move, to say the least, but it seems like we've somehow managed to get around him very nicely. And oh my god, look at who it is. It is the GOAT Ragunathan just ahead of us now, who is a lap car in P20, so we don't need to worry about him too much. Hopefully he should let us through. We need to watch out here, because Dan's driver could try and get back past us here with a bit of slipstream and DRS, and he is actually catching. He's going to tuck to the outside. We're going to outbrake him though very nicely into this next corner, and he's trying to go around the outside still, but it looks like we've still managed to keep it very nicely. So now we need to try and go catch down Nicholas Latifi. So now we cut to lap 5, as we have closed up very nicely to Nicholas Latifi with mega slipstream here and the DRS wide open. Can we maybe send it down the inside of Nicholas Latifi? We go for it and somehow make that move stick very nicely. Now we are driving like a true champion, and like we really want this championship in the bag. And next, the only thing standing in the way of me and the F2 2019 championship is Luca Giotto in the P1, so we really need to try and chase him down, as we're actually about to start the final lap of the race. This is going to be an intense finish to the season, to say the least. Can we try and make the move on him? It's going to be very difficult, to say the least, as he is still up the road just under a second. But with the day, yeah, that's going to really affect me too. But we come around the final corner then, as we start the final lap of the race now, as we cross the line. So now we just need to go all out. We're going to go everything, push to the absolute limit now, because we really want this championship. And we have closed up very nicely. We didn't get as good of exit out of there though, which is a bit of a shame. But here, it looks like we're going to try and close up here. He doesn't get a very good entrance into there, and we managed to get a very good exit out of it. So could we maybe try and make it into the chicane? No, I'm not going to take the risk there. He's a bit too far ahead. Maybe into the hairpin. Could we try and send it here? No, it looks like he's got it covered. He tried to pull away a bit out of the chicane, so I'll give him that. Maybe down the straight, but I don't really want to make the move down this straight. I want to save it for the second straight, or else he'll just come back at me by the second straight. So let's just use the DRS. He got a bit of a better exit than me out of that hairpin anyway, so I'll give him credit for that. But we're going to slipstream very nicely. Now let's set ourselves up very nicely for this next straight with the DRS. Oh, he locks up a bit. This could be it if we can get a very good exit and he gets a poor exit. Maybe we could try and take P1 and that will secure the championship. Flip the DRS open, get in this slipstream. This is where we made the move on Nicholas Latifi just a lap ago. Maybe we could try and make it for P1 too. We're going to dive it down the inside of Luca Giotto and take P1 in the Abu Dhabi season finale F2 2019 race. What an incredible overtake. I cannot believe we have actually just managed to bring that back from P4 up into P1 in a few laps. So I really cannot believe it as we're coming through underneath the, well, tunnel stadium section, I guess, for the final time. And we just need to soak it in and accept that we have actually won the F2 2019 championship as Aiden Jackson, rising up into the start of Formula 1 as we come up towards the final corner for the final time, and we are going to come home in P1 and win the F2 2019 Drivers' Championship.
Fantastic work, Aiden. Great drive, mate. Congratulations. Yes! Come on! And he's done it! Jackson's done it! Aiden Jackson wins the F2 Championship!
What a win for Jackson! What a win!
And it couldn't have gone to a better driver. A magnificent result. He's already been vocal about his dreams of one day driving for Mercedes in Formula 1. Let's just hope the right people are watching today. And here he is, the man of the moment, Aiden Jackson.
An amazing race and a fantastic win for this incredible driver.
Indeed. After this, I guarantee that Jackson will be the hot topic in more than a few upcoming F1 team meetings. The future's definitely bright for this young driver.
So now we cut to a few months later at the F1 2020 Australian Grand Prix.
Aiden, now you've made the leap to Formula 1, no surprise to anyone who's been watching your career. How does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your first race?
To be honest with you, Will, it hasn't really quite sunk in yet. The team has given me a fantastic opportunity. It's a once in a lifetime, a dream come true. So, to answer your question, I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes, you know? I've even had to pinch myself a couple of times. So, yeah, it can be a bit overwhelming. But out on the track, the speed, the noise, even the smell, it's all the same. I just hope my driving is too.
And what about Casper Akkerman? Are you intimidated at all having such a seasoned and experienced driver as your first teammate in Formula 1? How's that relationship coming along?
I've always looked up to Casper as someone to aspire to. Growing up as a kid, his pictures were all over my bedroom walls, you know? The dream was always to be Casper. But, as it turns out, I'll be racing alongside Casper, which is good enough for me. I get to learn from the best. Besides, every legend has to start somewhere, right?
Aiden, just wondering if we can get your reaction to the obvious comparisons that are being made between you and another F1 driver. Much like you, he made the transition from F2 to F1 last season. What do you say to the press here, and to your fans, who are calling you the new Devon Butler?
The new Devon Butler. I'm alright with that. Does that mean we can lose the old one?
You come over well. They like you. I don't know what you were worried about.
Thanks.
You know, everything's going to be fine out there today. I just know it. Just do what you did in F2. Easy.
Thanks, Brian. I won't let you down. Come on, Aiden. You've got this.
So here we are then, in F1 for the first time then, as Aiden Jackson, in our little driver's room, where we can check the news and the social, on Twitter I guess that is, and just have a look around and advance to the next races and chapters I guess. So yeah, but as of right now we'll just have a look around and check out some stuff, but right now we have a call from Brian.
Hello?
Aiden, are you in your room?
Oh, hey Brian. Yeah, I'm in my room.
Good. Well, have a look around. I hope you like it. Should be everything you need in there. News feeds, social media. It's hooked up to the lot. Just do me a favour, eh?
Go on.
Make sure you check your emails. I think there's a message in there for you.
Oh, right. Thanks, Brian.
Take a breather, do what you need to do, and I'll see you before the race.
Nice one.
So I'm guessing Brian's sort of like our manager or something in the team, so that's pretty cool to have him in the game. But now we've got a call from Mum.
Hello?
Hello, love. How's it going?
All right, Ma. Yeah, it's going all right. Just getting ready.
I saw your interview.
And?
You need a haircut.
All right. Well, thanks, I guess.
But aside from that, you were great. I'm so proud of you, Aiden.
I know, Ma. Thanks.
I wish I could be out there with you. This is everything you've worked towards.
Yeah, I know, but you'll be at the next one.
Just do what you do, and everything will be great.
Thanks, Ma.
And remember, mirror, signal, maneuver. And always stick to the speed limit.
Great advice. I'm all over it.
I know you are, love. I'll speak to you later. Good luck.
Bye.
I feel like this series is going to be filled with phone calls like that from like Brian and Aiden's mum. I just have a feeling, but yeah, I guess onto the race we will go then.
A solid start, Aiden. Let's try and push it further.
Copy that. Where's Casper?
Ease up ahead. Let's try and bring you two closer together. The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
So it sounds like we're going to be playing a bit of a chasing game to chase down Casper, our new experienced teammate for Racing Point. So first of all, we got to try and chase down and get past Ricardo though, who is obviously in the Renault because it starts off in the 2020 season. So we are going to try and chase him down as quickly as possible. Look at that, we've already immediately got a purple sector and possibly going to try and go for fastest lap here, who knows. So we will push as much as possible to try and chase down Ricardo, already closing up on him very nicely as we are seeming to find very good braking points and exits out of each corner here on Australia, as we're going to try and chase down the home man Ricardo very nicely. Can we try and send it down the fast chicane? No, we're not going to quite send it there. Maybe we can try and get him on the DRS section though. If we get a good exit, we get a pretty good exit, but nearly lose the back end. We're going to use our ERS and DRS so down the straight, just getting a slipstream, just tucked to the outside very nicely. Outbrake him. He tries to keep it down the inside, but no one can outbrake us, I guess. No longer Ricardo, who is the late breaker. I guess it's now us, Aiden Jackson, as we actually have to try and chase down Russell now, who's actually very nicely up the grid here in P12. So let's try and get past him as quickly as possible though. Sadly to say, the Williams hopefully won't be blocking us up because it's the Williams, as we set the new fastest lap of the race. So yeah, there we go, we did actually manage to secure that fastest lap, and now we come through turn 1, turn 2, and now flip the DRS open, use a bit of slipstream. Should we try and send it down the inside off the Williams driver here? Can we just send it? Yes, we go for it and manage to make the move stick very nicely on George Russell. So we're doing a very good job here. And next, here we go, we have the man, the one and only Devon Butler in the Alfa Romeo. So bit of an interesting team to be a part of, to say the least, but I guess that's our rival throughout this season, Devon Butler in the Alfa Romeo, which is quite strange, as I feel like the Racing Point should be able to easily beat the Alfa Romeo, but I guess maybe not. Maybe Alfa Romeo are actually a bit better in this series, but it looks like we're going to try and go for a move here already on Devon Butler. We're actually making so much good ground on the cars here ahead of us, so we're going to try and go around the outside into the fast chicane, now down the inside, and get a very good exit and make a move stick very nicely on our rival Devon Butler. And now we need to go chase down our teammate Casper Akkerman.
What a brilliant Australian Grand Prix this has been, but there's still plenty of time for more drama.
There certainly is, Crofty, and these two have been fighting each other incredibly hard so far. They don't want to go tripping over each other though, because Devon Butler is coming up from behind. He's on the attack too.
Aiden, Casper's not your priority. We need you to defend.
It's okay. I've got this.
Here comes Butler. 3 abreast going into turn 11. Oh, this can't work, and it doesn't. Ackerman's off onto the verge of what looks like damage as well.
Is he okay?
It's Casper okay?
He'll be fine, he's heading for the pits now. You just concentrate on the race.
And there we have it. So I'm sure there's going to be fireworks in the Racing Point garage this evening.
There will be, Crofty, for sure. Look, it was a late move from Devon Butler, but you never want to see two teammates make contact, and Akkerman will surely be seething at that one.
Absolutely. And I tell you who else isn't going to be happy too. Aiden Jackson. Not how his F1 race debut should have gone.
The damage appears to be minor. How's it feeling, Aiden?
Yeah, car's okay.
Understood. See how well you can do out there.
Copy.
Well, that's not great to say the least. We've already had problems in this series then with our teammate and our rival Devon Butler, so now we need to try and chase down Devon Butler and retake the single points paying position, which is P10, so I guess we'll just have to try and chase down Devon Butler for that P10 position then. So we'll cut to lap 11 here then, as we're coming through the fast chicane then, coming to the end of the lap, and we're going to flip the DRS open. We've caught Devon Butler very nicely, getting the slipstream, and maybe we could try in a risky move down the inside here. He tried a risky move on us and ruined the team's chance, but we have retaken that P10 position, and hopefully the team will kind of forgive me for that one after, well, it was kind of my fault as I did try and go for the move on Casper, but also it was Devon Butler's fault as he made it 3 wide and kind of ruined it for us. But yeah, I guess we managed to get at least a point in this race. So now as we come around the final 2 corners then, lap 15 of the Australian 2020 race, and Lewis Hamilton wins, but we're going to come around the final corner and we're going to take P10 in our debut race in F1.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. What a start to the season this has been. A fascinating race here in Australia,
The top teams as ever continue to push the boundaries of the sport, and it'll be interesting to see how the new Racing Point driver Aiden Jackson settles in, especially after that early incident involving his teammate.
Well, we've certainly seen rivalries born from less. Suffice to say, if you came into the 2020 season hoping for a bit of drama, it looks like you won't be disappointed. And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So now we cut to a post-race where I think things are going to get a little bit spicy in the paddock.
Casper, listen, I don't know what happened out there. It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then? Who was the idiot behind the wheel of your car, You're pathetic. You won't even admit when you made a mistake.
How
did they ever sign you?
Oh, Butler. Devon, I didn't see that.
Oh, what, like, out on the track today? You nearly took me out, mate.
Look, I don't know what happened. You cut in, I swerved. Next thing I knew, Casper was out.
Whoa. Mate, I was nothing to do with it. Whatever that was all on you. Don't be trying to pass the blame, because you haven't settled in yet.
Sorry, Aiden. Just bear with us 1 sec.
No problem.
I think that's really just a case of rookie driver, rookie mistakes. These cars are a bit different from what Aiden's used to in F2.
You seem to find your feet quite quickly after you graduated from Formula 2. What advice would you give to Jackson in his first season?
Well, stay out of my way mostly. And taking out your own teammate isn't something I would make a habit of.
Almost ready, Aiden. We're just checking audio levels.
Sure.
Seriously, Casper must be wondering what on earth Racing Point were thinking.
That's great. Thanks, Devon.
Okay, Aiden, let's talk about that incident with your teammate.
Ah yes, the biggest douchebag in the paddock is back then, Devon Butler. I guess it's pretty nice that he's back, as I do miss his humour within the F1 games. Obviously he hasn't been in it since F1 2019, so I guess it's pretty good. But as you can see here then, a bit of tension between me and Casper, so we do have to watch out really, because we can't be costing the team points like that in every race. But hopefully that was just a one-off bad race.
Brian.
Talk to me. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, what happened out there today? I had it all under control and then...
Look, let's not go through all that now. We'll talk about it at the debrief.
Right, yeah.
I was actually talking about your little run-in with Casper and Butler over in the paddock.
Oh, wow. News travels fast.
The paddock talks, Aiden. Besides, I've got ears like a hawk. Listen, Butler's a clown. The man's ego is bigger than a... No, I've got nothing. Don't give it a second thought.
Thanks, Brian.
But Casper? Yes, he can get a little hot-headed, especially after a race. But you have got to work with him. That manoeuvre today...
Wasn't my fault, Brian.
It probably cost us points. I'll level with you. A lot of people on the team are disappointed, Aiden. And I'll be saying as much to Casper. Now, learn from it and move on. But you can't let it happen again. I'll see you at the debrief.
Oh dear, even Brian is a bit angry, so we don't want that. We need to really watch out then. But anyway, I guess we'll advance to the next chapter, where we will be driving in the Chinese Grand Prix, which will be taking place a month later to the Australian Grand Prix.
It's the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai, and this track fast becoming a rookie's favourite. Alex Albon, remember him from last year? A brilliant race in his debut season, and it looks like Aiden Jackson's continuing the trend.
He really is, Croft. He's showing great promise so far this season.
Well, here's Akkerman now, going up behind his young teammate.
The rumour in the paddock, Crofty, is that the tension's building between these two. Let's see what happens here.
Here we go, Ackerman's going for it! Down the inside of the hairpin, he's barshed his teammate off the track!
What are you doing? Casper, what the hell?
Looks like Jackson's really struggling to get over that.
Okay, Aiden, keep him focused. Concentrate.
That brush with his teammate clearly affecting the young driver.
It looks like it has, Crofty. I can't see any significant damage to that car, so he's going to have to pull himself back into this race.
Car's looking okay, Aiden. See if you can recover a few places.
What was that all about?
You can recover, Aiden.
That's not okay. That's really not okay.
So that's great, some more tension brewing on at Racing Point then, which isn't helping the team out at all. But let's try and recover and catch back up with our teammate, but right now we need to pass a few other cars. So first of all we have Norris, so let's try and chase him down and get past him as quick as possible. Sit in the slipstream, maybe we try and brake really late here and try and get past him. No, we're not going to make the move there. So we'll try and get a good exit out of here, but it's a bit of a dodgy exit to say the least. Maybe down the main home straight. Let's see if we can close up there, maybe into turn 1. It could be, but it might be a bit difficult to say the least. We're going to use as much EOS as possible. We actually purpled final safety there, which is a massive shock. Can we maybe try and go for a move here? Oh, it's a bit too much, as he has defended very nicely the inside. Maybe we can send it down inside here. We do have a quick look, but he blocks us off very nicely there. If we can get a good exit out of turn 2 here, maybe we can try and slipstream him with the EOS enabled. But it looks like he got a very good exit compared to me. Maybe I could try and send it. It might be a bit risky, but no, I'll just sit in behind. It's very difficult to follow everyone with these cars, as the downforce and the dirty air is just so bad, especially through here. I was really struggling here, so I had to just watch out and back off just a little bit and maybe try and send it down inside of him. Maybe on the next straight, just coming up down the DRS straight, maybe we can try there. Maybe we can even have a go here if we can get close enough into this next corner, but I don't think we're quite close enough, so might just have to back off and just go for it with the easy option down the main straight with DRS and slipstream, and maybe a bit of EOS as well, just to make the move 100% stick. So come around the top bend here then, get in the slipstream, use some EOS, and just use as much of the slipstream as possible, flip open the DRS, tuck it to the inside, and there we go, past Norris very nicely. I think we should get this done before the corner even arrives. Yeah, very nicely there. Then we tuck it back to the outside, and now we are just sitting on the back of Ocon, so we're doing a very good job in this race catching down the cars, and maybe we could easily catch down our teammate if we push hard enough. Now we are right on the back of Ocon, so maybe we can try and send it down the inside of this next corner if we can get a good exit. We get pretty decent exit, we're going to use some ERS and a bit of slipstream, send it right down the inside of the Venom driver, and somehow we managed to make the move stick very nicely without any contact, and well, that's mainly because he left us the space, so I'll give him credit for that. So thank you, Ocon. Now we need to go try and catch down Sainz, see if that's possible. As we cut to literally a lap later, we got DRS here, getting the slipstream, flip the ERS up to overtake, and should we try and send it down inside to this hairpin? I guess we'll just go for it, why not, see what happens. And it looks like I made the move stick very nicely but we managed to make the corner still and went down the inside of him very nicely. So now next is my teammate, standing between me and points, so let's go get him and get our revenge back. And then cut to literally another lap later from my move on Sainz. We're now going to try and slipstream, enable DRS, enable our overtake, and it looks like we could send it down inside here off my teammate and make a move stick back on him for that single points paying position. So yeah, thank you, Casper. Made the move stick very nicely. You went for a risky move, and now I've gone for one back, so it's only fair, but I guess we will just bring the car home in P10 then. As we come up to the final corner then, and we are going to come home in a solid P10, 1 points per position at the Chinese Grand Prix.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Well, plenty to digest there, and a little bit ominous seeing the two Racing Point teammates make contact again.
Things don't look stable between these two drivers, Crofty. They've barely been teammates 5 minutes.
That wheel bump, could that have been avoided, Ant?
Yeah, it looked like Akkerman was making a bit of a statement to me. He's certainly not given Jackson any room.
A sign of things to come? Well, for their sakes, let's hope not. That wraps things up here in China. Until next time. Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
And now we cut to post-race of the Chinese Grand Prix in the paddock, so let's see how the tension is rising at Racing Point, and I guess at Alfa Romeo with Devon Butler too.
Casper, what the hell was that? You nearly put me out the entire race. Bumping wheels like that, you could have put us both into the barrier. Casper, come on, man.
I have to make a phone call.
Casper! Akkerman!
Mom! Cancel the TV subscription. The entertainment is right here.
Oh, come off it. Do you really have nothing better to do?
By now? No. And why would I want to miss this? You two are like characters in a badly written sitcom. He wanted your lot to sign Ricardo, you know. Ask anyone.
What do you mean?
The paddock talks, mate. And so did Akkerman. Should have heard him last season. He didn't care who he talked to, and he was always going off on one about you. He tried to stop him from signing you. He didn't want to play babysitter.
Oh, he did he?
Everyone knows. Have you not seen the way that people look at you? We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him. You want my advice? Prove him wrong! Chin up!
I quite like this story mode so far, as it's kind of rivalry between you and Casper, and also you and Devon Butler. So, and I wonder if all three of them will become rivals soon in the series, or later on in the series. That would be quite interesting. But yeah, for now I am going to leave this series here for part 1. So if you enjoyed the video, then make sure to like and subscribe. But thanks for watching, and goodbye.